Well, look, the safest way, well, at least according to the Jesus story, is to see God as your dad, as in Abba, friendly father, loving, kind, perfect in many ways, always, whatever. And everyone else, well, at least those that you leave near you, as your friend. So I haven't called you servants, slaves, I've called you friends. And that's Jesus talking. I mean, if he can do that, how much more can you? So I don't see Paramhansa with my avatar glasses on. I guess I see him with my Jesus glasses on. He's a good friend. Been invaluable. But he's not God. I worship God. No one else. And it's my God. Who else could I love and worship? And I trust that he'll open my eyes to things that I've got misunderstand. Now, I have some trouble with those that want to find God and those that don't. And, well, I feel a bit like the John 17 prayer. I pray for those, for they are mine, but those that don't want to know, well, that's not where my ministry is. And you see, Jesus is very particular in that way. I mean, when he talks to the crowd, those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Well, of course, if you're daft enough to go out into the wilderness for 3 days without food and so on, listening to him, you probably have ears to hear. It's a good way of doing it, isn't it? But to stand up in the temple and ram it down their throats, you're probably not going to get anywhere. They just take you out to the brow of a hill and push you off if they can. And that's his own town. You can imagine what the stranger's like. Well, perhaps there's more likely to be envy in your hometown. You know, an Indian in America can do far more than a white person. I don't fancy being a white person in India, though. I may look terribly self-centered, but I couldn't put up with the hygiene for a start, or lack of it. Do I love everyone as myself? No, I don't think so. But I do have compassion, thank goodness. And I'm concerned that they suffer, tragically concerned. But I find it terribly distracting being with the ungodly. And the religious that are ungodly too, that's even worse. And in general, I do avoid their ongoing company. I would like to help, but I don't see how I can. And to be with them for long periods of time drags me down something terrible. My soul longs for thee, Lord. My soul longs for thee. And I'd rather be in a quiet place where I can just love my God. But better still, I love being in the fellowship of those that do want to love God. That's heaven to me. Thank you, Dad.